Hey guys, today I made a withered Bonnie custom figure, and as you probably know from the title and thumbnail, and so I'm just going to talk about how I'm going to talk about what I did on him and the changes and compare him to Bonnie. So, obviously, you can see I tore off his face. I just cut it off using knives. No X-Acto knives, but it does take longer if you don't use like a sharp knife. And then took his arm off and put wires there. On his hand, I sawed off the fingertips and then added some lines between the fingers, so like finger joints, like an endoskeleton head. You can't really see it on the camera though, but it's there. Then on the foot, I cut off the toes and I inverted the, I turned the, basically I just flipped them upside down, and then, because it looks like endo feet, so yeah. Then I added 2 buttons on him, and then painted him like a dark blue, added some withering. I think you can see that better than that. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to compare him to the original body figure, basically how he looked like before. So, obviously the most notable difference is his face being cut off. And yeah, and like I said, I mentioned cutting it with a knife, you know. Also, his body color is a dark blue. As you can see, it's more of a purple on the original figure. Then the foot, the end of the foot is different. You know, there's withering, there's buttons, you know, all that kind of stuff. His arm is gone. He has an endo hand. Yeah. Now, like, making it a little better from side to side. So, yeah. I think my custom actually turned great. Like, I thought I was gonna kind of mess up on this one a little, but I guess I didn't, so that's good. Glad he turned out good. I was kind of worried because of how hard he is. Definitely one of my hardest. He's like my second hardest custom, if not my hardest. And yeah. I also added a black gloss on him, so it made him like dirtier, I guess I could say. Also, his ears I like cut off and then glued them on in different positions. And I also still have his face, if you're wondering. And yes, I had to take off the teeth to cut it. But if you're wondering what it looks like, this is what he looks like with the mask on still. And what I found interesting is it doesn't have any upper teeth, and the mouth is like hollow now. See, look at the mouth is like hollow. I guess it's kind of hollow. And it doesn't have any upper teeth, which is what Funko should have done with a body figure. But they did it, of course. They still just gave it upper teeth and like non-hollow mouth. But look how much better that looks. If they just didn't give him upper teeth and gave him a hollow mouth, it looks so much more better. You know. So yeah, I guess that's pretty interesting. And no, I didn't do the wires on his head because I did, and like it just did not look good. It just looked kind of messy. It just made the figure look messy, and I didn't really like that. And also, the red eyes didn't turn out that good. They kind of turned out like derpy and wonky. So, you know, I decided not to do them. The only way it would have not looked wonky is if I saved down his cheeks, put clay in the middle of that like a big like square hole right there, and then I actually put the eyes in. And I also don't have a small enough paintbrush, I feel like, to do that. That's like a circle, so you know. And I also did not want to put in that work. So yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, I'll just show you how I made withered Bonnie as like a kind of tutorial on how I just did it. So custom, because I was looking through my figures and I saw a Bonnie, well, the original release Bonnie that I have from like years ago, and he's missing his other arm, and so I thought like, hey, why not just make this Bonnie, you know, like a withered Bonnie? I mean, it's perfect, because I have no idea what other custom to do, and he's missing his left arm, so, left. So yeah, I'm just gonna get into it. I don't know what I'm gonna do first. I might just cut off his face first. And yeah. So I just painted his body blue right now. as you can see on the hands, I don't know if you can see it, I put some lines in between the fingers so the other hand, cut off his thumbs and like fingertips, so it's more the other hand, and same with right there too, and then the little toes, drawing right there, and yeah, he's almost done. His hands is kind of like work on, so I decided to do everything else first, so yeah, it's kind of a little update. Did kind of a line out, but yeah, I think this is actually going to turn out pretty good. I'm going to add a black gloss on him when the paint is drying, and on the hand and foot too, so yeah. So I added the wires on him, and like, I just did his body. His body is finished, so his body is all finished and stuff. I had the wires to his arms, to his body, on his elbow. I did the buttons, did a black gloss on him, and did his endo foot and hand on his foot. I cut the toes off, and then saved his foot down a little bit on the sides, and then inverted the toes, and then like put them upside down to look like endo feet. And yeah, the head is almost done. It's about to come off, and if you're wondering what he looks like what body looks like without like upper teeth, this is how he looks like, and it makes such a bigger difference. Like, look how much better it looks. Body looks so much more like body without upper teeth and a hollow mouth. So yeah, that's really it. He turned out pretty good, I think. On his hand, on the fingers, I get the fingertips off, and I cut lines in between the finger joints to make it look more like an endo hand. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'll go back to when I'm done cutting off his face, and yeah.